So not only does this game start in London, but it starts in a pub. I think many folks would like to design their own pub, and I had a lot of help.
Ooh. Can we go ahead and just do a new game? And Richard, you can keep talking about how you got to design your very own pub. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Not all on my own, but I certainly had a major hand in designing
What a treat.
this old English pub. Yeah, it really was a treat. We paid very careful attention to the layout of the pub, making sure that the bar and the dartboard were in the right position. Paid very close attention to the toilets. Very important part of any pub, of course.
Tell me, because this is sort of a very important thing in any game featuring toilets. Can you press a button to flush as you go up?
Well, I think you'll see in a moment exactly what can happen in the
Okay,
toilets.
so it's like there's even more than press F to flush here.
Let's pause for a second.
Yeah.
Find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the
Oh.
I couldn't choose between those two. They're both. I'm so fond of both of
So
them.
real quick, that question was whether Richard prefers the opening scene of Uncharted 2 or the airplane scene of Uncharted 3, and it seems like that's just sort of, Richard, which of your children are your favorites, so
Yeah,
we ain't gonna get a...
it's not an easy question
What
to
would
answer.
you say is your favorite scene, if you can say if
Oh.
there is one favorite scene?
Hold that thought, because I want to focus here
Yeah,
for a
okay, let's
second.
watch
There's
this.
a lot going on in this.
Dun. That was classy. That was good.
Lots of nice transitions here.
Wow.
So there's some sleevers, and there's a dimple. 3 dimples, actually. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not know what you mean by a dimple.
A sleever is that style, and a dimple is that style of pint mug.
Oh, okay. So this is like the two types of glasses that you're going to often get. Wow, London is a tough city, ladies and gentlemen.
It certainly
He's being
is.
followed.
Enjoying yourself, pal?
Yeah, you're a comedian.
Drop the subtitles back in.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Nice warm welcome. Both clean.
My apologies. One can't be too careful.
I'm guessing you're Talbot?
Mr. Sullivan and Mr. Drake.
That's right.
Do you have it?
Let's see the money first.
Cutter.
Ooh, Cutter. Is that slang for money? I remember that from Clockwork Orange. Or is that just the character's name, Cutter?
It's the
Oh, okay. Well, it's one connection that does not exist.
Now let's see it. I'll need to authenticate it.
Of course.
Silver, 16th century, Elizabethan design, inscribed with Sir Francis Drake's motto. Well, it appears to be genuine.
Of course it's genuine.
If I may ask, how did you two come into this?
Does it matter?
My client will be very pleased.
Hold on a minute. Sully, this is fake.
I assure you, Mr. Drake.
Oh, you are right.
Notice all the boxing trophies in the background. That might be some foreshadowing.
I should be asking you.
Oh my lord.
Deal's off, pal.
And you? You can tell your client. You blew it. Come on, Nate. Let's get the hell out.
Okay, so they're just gonna leave peacefully, right? They're just gonna walk out and
Give me the ring.
be allowed to leave.
Yeah, no, it's just going to go home and have a cup of tea.
Cool.
You still can.
Do as the man says, son.
You're a thief.
Well now, that's ironic.
So we've shifted from kind of heist movie, although there's a lot of heist movie, of course, in the DNA of this sequence, but
Sure.
as well as a kind of classic British neo gangland caper.
Yeah, it's
And this sequence, is another similar sequence, similar but different to the one that we were looking at in Uncharted 2. Of course, this sequence is teaching you a lot about something that's very important in Uncharted 3, the highly developed brawling system
Really?
that we worked on. Yeah.
So is that like sort of distinct and different from the version in Uncharted 2?
Yeah, very much so. It's much expanded from the version in Uncharted 2.
Interesting.
And this sequence, which was designed by, well, a load of amazing folks, including my friend Anthony Newman, who I believe was the lead combat designer on Last of Us.
Oh, really?
It's a highly complex, technical, challenging scene to put together. Lots of difficult animation work, lots of difficult character registration to do here, lots of difficult temporal synchronization to do as well, to get the action to play out in a smooth way.
Because it is very, I mean, like Ryan here is in control, but it is very cinematic, right? You sort of get the like very
Right.
satisfying 1, 2, and then the
Yeah.
uppercut comes up.
And it's very hard to pull off, I don't know if you noticed, but the way that the pool balls on the table
Ooh.
were affected by the
that's
character as it rolled across them.
Ryan, can you sort of nudge the pool balls? Is that something that you can do? I'm not sure.
So
if,
head for the exit. You see
Oh,
Drake,
okay. Let's
Nate,
get outta
Sullivan
here.
is right there. Head for the exit door. To the left.
Uh-oh. Wow, that guy is spry for his age.
Lots of amazing performances here. And something that I always have really enjoyed about the working on the Uncharted games is the way that we were so free to play with this palette of action and comedy and romance, that we can pivot on a dime between some really serious action and a little comedic beat like
A
that.
little one-liner, yeah.
Yeah. This room I did a lot of work on, all kinds of little details. The notes that are posted behind the bar, I wrote.
What do they say? What do they say?
I don't know. I can't remember now. I think they say things like no credit and stuff like that.
Sure.
Uh,
Can you point out some,
and-
what are all these photographs on the wall over there?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's lots of original art created by the incredible art team at Naughty Dog. There's just, in an environment like this, even though it's an environment that would be very familiar to British people, there are lots of details to get right. And one thing that I remember is that we were nearly finished designing the level, and I'd been working with lots of awesome artists on it, including my friend Ruben Shah, who's worked at Naughty Dog for a long time. And I noticed right at the end, we were just about to lock down the art content. Here's a little bit of lavatorial action.
Oh, okay.
I'll come back
Very
to
good.
what
These
I was gonna
toilets,
say.
which were sort of hyped up a little bit before. I'm excited. I think we'll have to transition soon, but let's just finish this scene.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say that the power sockets on the walls out in the pub were upside down.
No kidding. Oh,
They were all, there was no way for Ruben to know, but they were all upside down. Oh, were they really?
no kidding.
Hey, guys.
Say hi. Who's out there? Now there's about
Yeah, do we know who's
40-second delay, so we're gonna Wonderful.
Which Alex is it?
Which Alex is the question? Yeah.
Unless he doesn't want to compromise his anonymity, which is totally cool. Wow, this is so exciting to hear that folks at the kennel are watching. So awesome. We're having so much fun here, guys. It's really great to be able to check out all these games in their remastered glory.
Wow.
That guy was looking a little flushed. Sorry, I'll get my coat.
That's great. All right.
We are out of time,
I think we
notice.
are, yeah. So we're going to transition now because every hour we have a different game developer coming in, and we're doing an interview with them. Lots of these are USC professors, USC students, USC alumni. This was Richard LaMarchand, former lead designer on all the Uncharted series, and current USC Now you are the remind me, assistant director of the program?
No, I am the associate chair of
Associate
the
chair of the
program,
program.
and I'm an associate professor here. And I was the lead on the first Uncharted game, but I was the co-lead
Oh, understood.
on the second and the third with my awesome friends Neil Druckmann and Jacob Minkoff.
Very cool.
And I feel very honoured to have been play even a small part in the creation of these games. Thank you so much for having me on, guys. This has been my first stream, and I've really enjoyed it. Let's do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Same time next week, Richard. How about that?
Yeah, okay. I'll see you right back here.
Cool. Thanks so much, Richard.
Thanks, Brendan. Thank you, folks.
All right, we're going to take like 2 minutes to transition now. But coming up next, we have Peter Brinson, also an associate professor here, who's going to show off his wonderful game, Infinite Children. I want to give a quick plug, though, because this stream is not just a stream that we're doing for fun, although it is quite fun, and I am enjoying myself here today. But this is actually a charity stream for Extra Life. So if you look below my beautiful face and below this beautiful gameplay image, you will see this little decal of a controller with wings. If you click on that controller, you have the opportunity to donate in our name to the Children's Hospital of LA, or just Children's Hospital LA, but yeah, so the whole point of this stream is sort of raise awareness. Extra Life is a worldwide phenomenon where today and tomorrow we're going for 24 hours just raising money and showing off some awesome games. So if you really like what you're seeing here, if you really like sort of, seeing Richard and hearing all these excellent interviews, please consider donating. It's for a really good cause. You're donating to us, you're donating for the kids. So wonderful. We now have here next to me Peter Brinson. And I'm going to give him just a moment to get set up. But we're going to be playing his game Infinite Children. So real quick, actually, who's going to be playing Infinite Children? I'm going to be conducting this interview. Do we want a blind playtester, Peter?
Steven, do you want to play it? Yeah, I'm trying to decide if someone who's already played it should play it. So I can't. Anyone can play it. I'll just give a couple notes
Of
about
course.
how to play it. I think. So yeah, Sabrina. Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to transition to this game real quick. But yeah, so Peter, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Yes, I'm also a professor here, as you know.
Yeah.
And I've always been, from my beginnings, interested. I've always enjoyed titles like Uncharted and movies like Star Wars, but I have to admit that the things I really want to make tend to be called so-called experimental work. I haven't quite reconciled why that is, that I really enjoy one thing but actually like to make the other, but
It's sort of a common phenomenon, though, in game designers, is that they'll really enjoy sort of working on something and getting to sort of conceptualize something. But then, when you come home and you want to relax, it's almost like anything but this, right?
yes, yeah, I think that sounds very straightforward the way you describe it. Perhaps so what we're going to do is we're going to look at my game that absolutely is not ready or on the internet or available at all. In fact, I'm roughly a year into it. I probably have another couple of years before it's done. So I can talk a little bit about that roughness, but anyone at home or just not here is interested in a little bit about my background. Oh yeah, let's wait. Let's not play that.
Real quick. I'm going to go grab a glass of water. I'm so sorry.
It does. You're right. This is the menu. You're right. Let me give a little background for Sabrina in particular. So, I want you to find a balance in how you play this between don't rush through it, and you don't also have to feel obligated to be exhaustive, right? The person who finds every nugget of Zelda, although this is nothing like Zelda. You know what I mean? There's mindsets there, because we're watching, we kind of want to play medium in that regard, however that feels. I guess the big thing is just don't rush it too much. That is a lot of people when they pick up my games, they are in the wrong mindset because they think they want to be good at it, but my games aren't hard, so they actually blast through it. And the other thing I want to do, so I'm here essentially doing a play test. I'm going to take some notes. I'm going to see what you guys think. So I would actually this is going to be very different than what Richard was doing, because he had an extremely polished, awesome, big game, and it was a retrospective somewhat.
Sure.
Looking back on how awesome and clear it is.
Postmortem, right?
And in this case, this project, if it, ultimately it's going to be about 45 minutes long, I believe. And if an analogy is, if you imagine it's a novella, it sounds kind of, I don't know if I could read a novella in 45 minutes, but some people can.
Sure.
And if you imagine that many pages are missing, probably about 60 to 70% of the pages are missing, and you don't know which ones.